Hi, I'm Chandra, and it's almost Thanksgiving here, so I am making some sweet potato rolls. These could be dinner rolls, and they'd be delicious. I'm going to use them for post-Thanksgiving leftover sandwiches, and I think they'll be really great. They're hamburger bun size in the end, so for a dinner roll, I might have made them smaller, but they come out really delicious. The color is beautiful. Here is my sweet potato that's going in with some butter and some milk. You could use the sweet potato when it's freshly baked and then the butter will melt, or you can melt the butter if the sweet potato is cold, which mine is. I did neither of those things, so I had some little chunks of butter that didn't get quite mushed in, and that was totally fine. I am making these sourdough, so here goes my starter. I'm adding an egg and some sugar. This will all get mixed together. I'll add the white spelt flour, and here's a little bit of vinegar and salt. And this will sit overnight. I'm mixing this up in the evening, probably around 8 o'clock. And I'll let that sit overnight and really get nice and active. And the next morning I will shape these. Now I'm making this a very wet dough and also moving it into a bigger bowl. It was just hard to mix in a small bowl. If I could go back and do it again, I totally would have used my Danish dough whisk to mix this. It was quite sticky because it was so wet, and wet is good because that makes a really light, tender roll. It also makes for a no knead roll because wet dough organizes the gluten on its own. You don't need to really work it that much. I am going to do this little bit of working here, and I did this just like 2 more times just to help smooth it out, although I don't think it was even necessary because, like I said, a wet dough organizes those gluten strands the same way that kneading would in a drier dough. So it just needs less attention. It is a little bit more to work with as far as being sticky, but not that difficult. I'm going to butter this baking dish and divide the dough into 8 pieces. And like I said, maybe you would do 12 or 15 even if you wanted these to be smaller dinner roll sized, but I want to use these for sandwiches, so I kept them bigger. And I'm just kind of kneading them to shape them and push any of the air out. And then these will rise, because they're sourdough, these will rise for a few hours to get really nice and puffy. And I'll put them over on my oven. I am doing some baking, or I'm cooking dinner in the oven this day, so the oven was a little bit warmer, so that might have helped speed it up a little bit. But it does take a good long time with sourdough, but it is worth the wait. A few hours later, these are ready to go in the oven. I'm going to give them a bit of an egg wash, and they will go in a 400-degree oven. I started to check mine after 20 minutes, and they were in there for about 22 minutes. I was looking for them to be a nice color on the top. This glass dish is nice to bake in because I could check the underside as well to make sure they weren't getting too dark. And then you can always stick a thermometer in to see. It should be 195 to 200 degrees, and then you know your bread is done. I didn't show you this, but it took me several tries to get them out of the pan. Lots of like loosening and trying again, and it would make sense to bake these on a flatter tray. But since it's a wet dough, the sides of that dish help the rolls keep their shape. So I went with that, and it was okay. I could get them out of there. Now I'm going to slice these up before I freeze them. They've been completely cooled now, and they'll be easy to take out of the freezer after Thanksgiving and enjoy with some turkey, some cranberry sauce, some mayonnaise. Hopefully there's still some gravy left over. I can't wait. I pack these so that I can easily take out just as many as I need, and to freeze them, I'll put them in a container with the lid on or in a bag. You just don't want the condensation to be on the roll as it's thawing. And sometimes I'll even take them out and stick them right into the toaster oven. And that works fine too, especially when you can open them up because they've already been sliced. Thank you for watching, and let me know how you deal with your Thanksgiving leftovers.